So you want to be famous on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and build an audience for your clothing brand that will lead to more sales. How are you going to get there, and how are you going to get your brand and your merch recognized? It's a crazy jungle out there, and there is a lot of noise in this space, but I've got a lot of experience in this. I'm here to give you 5 tips that will help you get that online merchandise brand going quickly. My name is Tom. I'm CEO of 1-800-T-Shirts, and I've built a lot of brands over the last couple of years. So I've learned the hard way how to grow those brands, how to get that exposure, and how to make sales. I've won awards doing this. I've won the 2CCX, 2 Comma Club Award at ClickFunnels, and I've sold millions of dollars in T-shirts all over the world. I want to help you do the same thing. Give you 5 actionable pieces of advice to get your boots on the ground, get running right away for free. Let's go. The first tip is be authentic, and that might seem pretty general, but being your authentic self is the foundation of everything that you do. Being authentic on your messaging, on your videos, that's what's going to resonate. Growing your social media audience, being your authentic self in the videos, in the content you're putting out, or you're starting a merch line, being authentic to that brand and to what your audience is going to resonate with is going to hit different than trying to be somebody else. It's going to speak to who you are and what you're all about. And it's also going to detract the people that aren't down with your vibe or aren't into what you're into. Always be you, be authentic. Nobody else can copy that. Number 2, post, and post frequently. Don't be afraid of screwing up. Don't be afraid of not knowing what to say. The biggest thing is being consistent and getting your message out there. The more you do it and the more consistent you get, you'll start to develop. All that inner dialogue will start to come out. Your audience will begin to see that. Get out there and get started. And once you get started, keep going. It takes a while to start knocking over those dominoes one day at a time. Once you hit that critical mass, that's when the big domino gets tipped over. That's when it starts making a big splash. So you've got to keep going. What people always see is when that critical mass hits and the big domino falls and they say, wow, that guy was an overnight success. What they don't see is the mountain that they climbed to get there. Document the journey. Don't worry on creating new content. Your content is your life. What are you doing? Document that journey, share the behind the scenes, share the process, share what you're going through, share what you're doing. Continue to share. Don't worry about creating content, document the content and get it out there. The next one, find your tribe. Who are your followers and who do you want to follow you? What is that niche audience that you're going to focus on and attract? The worst thing you can do is try to be everything to everyone, because then you're actually no one to no one. You want to pinpoint the exact avatar that you want in your community and then start building that community. Joining other communities, whether it's Facebook groups, other areas online, you can find out where those communities are hanging out. Don't just be a passive bystander in the community, but join in the conversation. It's called social media for a reason. You have to be social. Make posts, comment on those posts, reply to others' posts, reach out in the DMs and start building those relationships and start becoming known in those communities that you want to be known in. Then you take that on to various platforms and you mix that combination in with your message that's going to resonate with that community. And the great thing about these platforms, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, is the algorithm understands that. They start seeing who is following you, and if the aggregate of followers is all from the same type of demographic and same types of communities, they're going to suggest you, they're going to pull you up to the top of the algorithm for others that are similar in that same type of space demographic that you're looking for. So the more that you can play on that, the more followers that you can get condensed down into that niche avatar, that niche audience, that's going to help the algorithm pull even more of those into you and help you grow even faster. The next one, model what works. I don't want this to be confused. Don't copy. Don't be a copycat. Nobody likes this. And that goes back to be your authentic self, because when you're your authentic self, nobody can copy you. So when I say model, I don't want you to be confused with copy. You got to dive in a little bit deeper. It's not on the surface. What that means is look at what's already successful. Look at what works. There's a recipe to it, a standard operating procedure. There is a formula to make this work. So look at what is the formula that others are using in your specific niche or industry or with that audience that is resonating, that is working, that is hitting hard, and model after that formula and framework. All right, what is the angle that they're using here? How is that message resonating with that audience? Do not copy, replicate that success. The last one, engagement. Engagement creates more engagement. You've got to be engaging. You can't just be a one-way talking head. It's got to go back and forth. It's a two-lane street here. So you've got to engage. You've got to get in and be part of the conversation. So whether you're leading the conversation or somebody else is, be part of the conversation. Offer great value, give feedback, build those relationships in groups, in DMs, on a virtual event, or even a live event. You've got to be engaged with others, build the relationship, and keep it going. And when you start building that, you get that engagement in return. So that's all it is. It's really that simple. Get those few steps together and start doing it. Get that consistency and go out and start posting. Don't worry, you're not going to be perfect from the get-go. A good friend of mine once said, you're going to suck at first and you're going to suck some more, continue to suck until you're done sucking and you actually become great at it. So don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of sucking. Go out, take that first step, take the plunge. And if you're already going after it, keep going. Every day, 1% better, you're going to make it happen. So thank you for following. I appreciate you. Subscribe and like below. Leave a comment. I would love your feedback and looking forward to following you on your journey.